Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early May 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely, beautiful Leo collective here in early May 2024. My gods, talk to me. What's going on with my friends? And yeah, I hope you're all doing great. We're going to see what's going on. There's a lot of intense energy happening all over the place, and I can't wait to take a look at it. But yes, we're just going to look at this first card real quick. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo in early May, please. And thank you. What's happening? Talk to me, my gods. Happening with my friends. Okay, quick. All right, there is a fired up type of energy happening here. Okay, very much fire sign type of energy, if I do say so myself. And I'm a fire sign too, so I totally get it. Very much looking towards the future, looking to the horizon, or ramping up for something. So for some Leos out there, you might be preparing yourself or ramping up. There's a lot of fire here. Okay, so that's going to be intriguing to see how it plays out throughout the reading. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this card. So we see this strong, powerful, divine feminine energy here. It looks like she's dressed up in armor. There's a really cool background. She's pointing off in the distance. So to me, it reminds me of the Chariot for some reason. Like, let's go. No, we're going here. This is what we're going to make happen. So some of you might be planning a trip, or there might be certain situations involving distance. But another thing I think of with this card is somebody preparing for something. Like, all right, I'm getting ready for it. I'm hyping myself up. I'm getting the motors running. So to me, it's like somebody's internal combustion. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bunch of fire energy show up within this spread. Now, Leo is a very powerful fire sign. You can work well with this energy. You can channel this energy in proper places. But whenever I get an overabundance of like, no, this way, my way or the highway, and mixed with the fire, it could become volatile. So that's just something to keep an eye on. It could be a little unpredictable too. But we're just going to place her down right there. She could keep revving her engines. And yeah, let's get into tarot now. I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Leos, please. In early May. And while we shuffle this deck up and get it ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It was a bit of a rough patch last week, if I do say so myself. The reading was titled An Important Warning, and I did see 10 of Swords energy. Now, you weren't alone. There were a few different signs that had that heavy, tough, painful type of energy surrounding them. So I'm hoping you didn't go through anything too rough. But, I mean, you know how life goes. Sometimes we do. So we're going to hope for something a little better this week. I did see a lot of Leos dealing with closes of cycles, different types of endings. Different types of pain. So let's try to keep it optimistic and light this week. But whatever it is, we're going to go with the flow. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we might be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. So let's get it going. 3 cards here for my Leos, please. What do we got? Early May. What do we got in early May for my good friends? All right, cards are wanting to speak. Talk to me. Okay, yeah, so here's that like revved up type of energy we're picking up right here in the front. We have the 8 of Pentacles. I like it. It's action oriented. A lot of you could be in money mode. This could relate to work and career situations as well. It all really depends. Let's get a couple more. Quick. Wow. Okay, Strength card. That's you. This could be an extremely important card for this reading since it is one of your power cards. Let's get one more out here. Let's see what's happening with the Leos. Thank you. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords. So I do feel a lot of similar energies we're picking up right here in the very beginning. We're picking up here as well. And you do have a bonus, the good old beautiful Temperance card. Your patience might be tested in a few different ways. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, I am seeing a lot of the fire that I was predicting we were going to get a little earlier. Elementally, it is a little mixed, right? We have like your card, we have a Saggy card, double fire, we have the air. which is that little swirl of volatility I was talking about. But we do have some earth kind of grounding it down. Another thing I'm seeing here, there's some internal energy, there's action-based types of vibes. So whether this is all one situation or multiple, you might have an interesting week coming up. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, the Eight of Pentacles, as I already mentioned, it's an action-oriented card. Even though it's earth, this is a very diligent type of energy, like slow and steady wins the race. There could be something very specific that you're wanting to give your energy to. There could be something very specific you're working on. The Eight of Pentacles is probably, I mean, it's right up there with the Three of Pentacles. These cards are about work, or putting effort in what we do for a living, how we earn money, how we earn a living. So there could be a lot of situations going on around that in finance for a good chunk of you. Now, in regards to relationships and connections, the Eight of Pentacles is something that you're wanting to either work on, fix, or put energy into. Not bad. Now, if we're talking about the rougher sides of this Eight of Pentacles, if it was in reverse, it could represent somebody that's working a little too hard or working towards something and are doing too much. Like, you ever hear that phrase, like, oh, they're doing too much? This card could represent that. It could be someone that's a workaholic, or at least feels that way, like they're using so much time on a specific task. It's like, I don't have time for anything else. But it could be the good way. Okay, the clarifier is really going to tell us the tale about this Eight of Pentacles. I think it's nice so far. Now, moving to the center, we do have a card of importance here, especially since it is a Leo reading. We have the Strength card right here, smack dab in the middle. So if it was another sign, I mean, I'll give you all the meanings of it. But in my simplistic style, since this is a Leo reading, it could, when we clarify it, it could tell us something that's coming towards you, a way you might be feeling. This could represent some sense of self-confidence that you have. So whether you're feeling like you're on cloud nine, like you're feeling like you're riding high, some of you might have taken a recent hit to your confidence in somebody or something whenever the Strength card is here. Now, aside from those, to me, this is a card of somebody's internals. This is somebody's internal motor. This is somebody's personality, determination, their will of character and strength of character. It's not physical brawn. It's not physical strength. It's how someone is as a person. Like, is this a good person? So we really want to look into this further. I mean, it could be very simple. It could be very complex. Now, when we're looking at this card, it could also represent trying to hold back from something, or trying to hold off from doing something, or, yeah, give something up possibly. So in its rough sense, it could represent somebody caving on something. So we'll look at that, or reverting in one way or another. Okay, we're not going to ride that message too hard. It is what it is. Now, when we get to the back end, it gets a little more interesting because we have one of the fastest cards in the whole entire deck. We have the Knight of Swords. So some of you might be linked to an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Knight of Swords is in full flight. This is taking action. This is making big moves. So there could be something that picks up a lot of steam, especially if your patience has been being tested recently. So whether this is someone making a move, taking an action, making something happen, it could be very good. It could happen very fast. This is something that could come in out of nowhere like a rocket. Now, in the challenge, the Knight of Swords could be a little confrontational. This could be somebody that's a little angry, upset, a little temperamental. So we want to see like which side of the coin that this lands on. But to me, generally, it's a card of progress, and it is right next to this fire Leo energy. So we have this little explosive energy coming in on the back end. Okay, so if there is something that's been frustrating you, it's like, hopefully there could be a breakthrough. We need to see the clarifiers. Now, when we get to the very, very back end, we have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. This is a big card of patience. So some of you might feel stuck when this card is around, or stuck on something, or you feel like you're treading water. But to me, this is a good card where Spirit's like telling you to pause something. You might be taking a rest, a break, or relaxing from something whenever this is here. But it does often show up, especially with Strength on the same board, where Spirit might be putting you through some tests. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Leo. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and see what's going on for the lovely Leos, the Guide Spirit team. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Pentacles here. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay. Eight O Pentacles. What's happening? Get through these clarifiers nice and quick. Okay, Lovers in reverse. Okay, so for some of you, this reading could talk about a connection, possibly. Some of you, it doesn't even have to be a connection. Now, I would watch out for any rocky things coming up in Gemini season, and I usually don't get so specific in regards to like work and career things, and especially in a general reading, I don't like to look at timelines, but the Lovers does represent Gemini. Okay, and that's like literally the next zodiac season. So for some of you, there could be big things happening in the career field, or whether it's what you do for work. There could be upheavals in work that are coming down the line, or there could be somebody that like you're bumping heads with. I would watch out for issues in the workplace. But when I see the Lovers in reverse underneath Eight of Pentacles, to me this represents in a connection, in a romantic or a close friend connection. It could represent somebody that wants to fix it, make it right. Okay, so whether this is you saying like, all right, no, I think I could turn this right side up, or I think I could fix this, I think I can make this work. It's somebody that's wanting to make something work. Okay, like fix what's broken, or find new ways to switch it up, change it, and make it work. So that's the main energy I'm picking up. Okay, so whether it is that time prediction or things about work that are going to hit the fan in the coming days and weeks, for some of you, if it is a close connection, someone that at least has the energy to try to fix it. So let's keep moving. Only take it if it hits. You know the deal. Let's go in on strength. I mean, for some of you, that might be the furthest thing from your mind, right? Everyone's going through different things. So why is strength here? Thank you. Ace of Swords. Yeah, a lot of you could really be seeing things clearly in this time. Seeing the cold, hard truth, the honest truth. For a portion of you, there might be some sort of serious talk coming in, or an intense one, okay? Because once again, all fire and air element thus far, aside from this Eight of Pentacles, it's like fire, air, fire. So this could be a little explosive. I do feel for a lot of you, you know the truth of the matter, or you're searching for it as well. Those are the big energies I'm picking up. So we have the Sword of Truth, Ace of Swords underneath the Strength card. For some of you, there could be good opportunities and options coming up for you. But the main thing I'm feeling here intuitively is, one, a lot of Leos, they know the truth of a situation, or they're at least seeing it very clearly. You know what's affecting it, you know what's not. For a portion of you, might be searching for the truth in regards to something. That could absolutely be it. But this is a big part of communication, especially with so much air and fire happening here. It's like someone saying like, all right, we need to talk about this. So for a portion of you, this could be a serious talk or an explosive one that pops up out of nowhere. And we'll see when the Knight of Swords comes in. But I feel like a lot of this is around communication. Now, it could also link to what we have here in the front as well, where someone's like, no, I'm going to try to fix it. You might not be super receptive to it, or you might find a little resistance if you're the one that wants to try to fix something. Let's see how it's going to turn out. I'm not going to, once again, overcomplicate this, not doing it. Let's see why that Knight of Swords is here. I feel like it's very simple, straightforward, to the point, just like strength in this Ace of Swords. Okay, so if you do have these conversations with somebody, I feel like you're just going to be boom, to the point, tell it like it is. This is what it is. Okay, so let's see the Knight of Swords. I mean, from my experience, Leos are very sharp individuals anyway. Okay, someone wanting to leave the past behind, turn a new chapter over. Okay, we have the Six of Cups in reverse underneath this Knight of Swords. Now, this, to me, is one or another. Okay, it's like two messages, and they are completely different. So you just take which one is resonating in your soul here, because now we have two cards that can represent soul connections and people that we're linked with. Now, if we're not talking about this communication in the center, these could be two different people, where one here on the front end wants to fix something. This other one's like, no, I want to leave that in the past. I want to leave that behind. Or you need to know that there is somebody that you're linked to that could still be looking back on things in a bitter way, where they're feeling slighted, or they're feeling upset or angry. That's just an energy I'm picking up here. The Six of Cups to me is a card of history. It's a card of the past. It's a card of memories. So if it was in the upright, I'd say, oh, this is really good. This is someone that wants to relive the past. When I see it in reverse, it's either someone that has a sour taste in their mouth about something that's happened, so they could be upset in one way or another, or this is someone that's like, I'm moving forward. Okay, like I can't be thinking about this no more. I'm not going to stay trapped in this cycle. I'm going to move forward. I'm not going to repeat cycles again. I feel like it's one thing or another. So for some of you, you could be in that time and place where it's like, okay, I need some sort of new cycle to come in. I need something to shift. let's go through and do a quick recap here, Leo, because like there's kind of opposing energies happening here on the two sides. You might feel two ways about a situation, or this is someone that might feel two ways, where it's like, yeah, no, let's fix it. Oh, no, let's not. It's like a little frustrating. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have the Eight of Pentacles with the Lovers in reverse. As I mentioned, watch out in Gemini season. Might be some upheavals in a work situation or a coworker, someone that you have to work with. But a main vibe I'm picking up here is that somebody wants to fix a connection or try to work on it or try to power through in one way or another. So, I mean, if that's your choice, that's your choice. I don't judge when I read the cards. Moving to the center, we have the Strength card with the Ace of Swords in the upright. To me, this does feel like somebody seeing something clearly. So I feel for the vast majority of Leos, if you're not searching for the truth or digging for facts, you might just know what something is. Like, all right, this is what it is. These are the facts. And for a lot of you, there could be a very serious talk coming in where it's like, no, let's get this out in there. Let's talk about this serious subject. Or with all the fire air happening within the spread, it could be explosive, where it just happens out of nowhere. On the back end, we have the Knight of Swords with the Six of Cups in reverse, kind of the opposite of what we have here in the front. So whether you're of two minds about something, or you're dealing with somebody that's like moving forward, that's kind of a vibe I'm picking up here. Or you might just be in that mode where it's like, no, I don't want to relive this. But for another portion of you, when I see this, it could just be somebody that's hurt. All right, or that feels a little bitter, upset, mad. I think I saw that for you a few weeks ago, and it's showing up again. So do with that information what you will, Leo. Please take a screenshot. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. Maybe we'll get a little more information here. So let's shuffle it up one time, my gods. What do we have in the shadows for the lovely Leos? And yes, because I always like to do this at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. What is in the shadows for my good friends? Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. Put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. I really do. So let's get you one. What do we got in the shadows for Leo, please? Nice and quick. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, there could be a little bit of frustration surrounding something. Portion of you, this could be an earth sign that you still have some sort of connection with, at least in the energetic sense when we have the Knight of Pentacles. But I always say all knights are action in their forward movement. This is the slowest one. So for some of you in this time, there might be some sort of internal frustration you're experiencing, whether you're frustrated about a situation, whether you're frustrated about progress of something. I know as a fire sign myself, a lot of us, when it comes to anything in life, really, we just want to see forward movement. We just want to see progress happening. And when I see this Knight of Pentacles in the shadows, it could be Spirit saying, like, it might take a little bit longer. Okay, so watch out in this time. We got signs of that early on for things or people testing your patience. It is showing up here with the Knight of Pentacles. And this is another card I do link to messages and talking. So we have another highlight. This card kind of encapsulates things that we were seeing within the spread itself. So we're just going to leave it at that, Leo. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a one-on-one personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com. But for the May subscriber surprise, we're doing a winner's choice this month, my friends. 2 lucky subscribers will get their choice of either the Everyday Witches Tarot, which is a wonderful deck. It's one of my favorites. Or you can choose a crystal pendant of your choice from my website. They're homemade. The energy is luscious. They're beautiful. So it's winner's choice there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments where in the world you are from. You don't have to give me your home address or anything like that. It could be your country, state, province, whatever it might be. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again soon.